a gentleman out of Nigeria, a certain gentleman out of Nigeria that just started basically. It's almost 6 weeks now. It's still under 6 weeks. Has a group of Panda pals, 40,000, 40,000. And I've only had maybe one, two questions from him. He's maybe asked my partner one or two questions. 40,000 people just comes out of nowhere, 16,000 tokens. And sadly, another moment of prayer, his mother unexpectedly passed away, but this has been life-changing for him. There's many other stories like this. People that thought that they've been trying to introduce somebody to one of their networks previously in life and tried and would be so excited because that one person would be able to change, their group entirely, their business entirely. And you know what? They were never able to get them. They showed them Punk Panda, and now they have some of the largest people in the world actually representing Punk Panda. When we started in that first week of marketing, it was amazing to me just how many top leaders around the world that we were bringing in. We probably talked to maybe 15 of the top 150 leaders in the world. All 15 of them they're in. Some of them are waiting until the launch of the new app. When the new app, because they say, look, the circle of influence we have, like CEOs of companies and stuff like that, we might only get one chance with them. So we don't want to spoil it because they can't find people in their contact list. Okay. So they didn't want to take a chance. Other people said, you know what? With this not operating, other people might sit back. That's going to give me the advantage, market advantage. I'll be able to go out and sponsor a lot of people. And I'll just tell them, look, everything's not working the way on this that it should, but you're going to get tokens every 30 minutes. And this company is going to go places. When we go and we look on the YouTube, if you just type in Punk Panda, just the hundreds and hundreds of videos of people we don't even know. These are influencers in the market, and they have just given rave reviews. Many of them, I challenge you, go look at all the YouTube videos. Many of them say that this is going to be the #1 project in 2022. And we know that we can reach that target and expectation of people simply as soon as the new version is available. Vast improvements have been improved on this since the day that we had the turnover from the old tech team, which was great about security, some of the best there was. But when it comes to the user interface, not so desirable. Now all the user interfaces have been getting fixed with many challenges on that, but it's all getting done. And many of you have watched the improvements vastly. If some of you was here on day one, there was a lot of things you couldn't do, and a lot of things wouldn't perform well. Well, now many things are performing at least good, and now next version, everything will be performing probably at its best. So if some of you are brand new here, and I know we have many brand new people, thanks to our friends out of Canada and friends out of USA, India, there's some new people on from India here tonight. I definitely know that. That was one of the specific reasons that Jay had got up at 6:30 this morning, his time, to make sure that all of his friends in India can see this. So we welcome you, all those new people from Jay's group. And what I'm going to do right now is just get to the share screen, bring up the PowerPoint. I'm going to run through this in just about 15, 20 minutes. I'm not going to give an in-detail presentation, but you know what? When you see this, you don't really have to. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to use a PowerPoint to get thousands and thousands of people. It's a very simple, let me summarize it. If you've never seen this before, all you'd have to do is say this. Look, let me ask you a question. Are you using Punk Panda in this area? Because where I live, oh my goodness, everybody's using it. It's a really hot thing right now, and it's very hot all over YouTube right now. It's like the new thing in messaging us. No, I've never heard of it. Here, you should download it. When you download it, it's an invite code, and just try it out, because the main reason that everybody is doing this, it's not so much that it's privacy and secure. I mean, that is the reason some are doing it, but not the main reason. They do like that fact that nobody can ever read their messages, nobody can ever listen in on them, and they love that. But they get paid tokens every 30 minutes, and those tokens are actually on Pancake, and they can take those tokens from there, go sell them on Pancake, and actually receive an income without ever spending a penny of investment, just basically passing on the what they know about the app. And here, look, this is what I got 30 minutes ago. I got 7 of them, and I got +2 because I stake, and then I got another 7. So you can see, and now they're at Pancake, they're for sale for $2.25. So just in the last hour, just for using this app and having other people use it, I was paid, $27. So that's basically, you don't have to say anything else than that. Everybody in the world recommends somebody an app, and everybody downloads that app based on the recommendation. If they like the experience, they stay. If they don't like it, they don't. So we always start this presentation off with by simply saying, listen, imagine if you had a messaging app like WhatsApp or that paid you every single day, or Telegram that paid you every single day for using it and sharing it. Imagine if those daily rewards represented the ownership and the success of that company. Okay. WhatsApp sold to Facebook for 19 billion. Dropbox, it's valued at 10 billion. They only have 2% of their people that actually subscribe. Zoom video has doubled in value since COVID. It was like 43. It's 98 billion. Did you ever get paid for using them or sharing them throughout all the years that you've been using them? No. When WhatsApp sold to Facebook for 19 billion, they didn't take half that money and say, hey, thank you for you early on people, the first 300,000 or the first 1 million or the first 2 million, and give them anything. They just kept it all themselves. Okay. More and more people are becoming very concerned, especially in the Western world, about people listening in. You know, there are certain apps out there, they have bots, and those bots, they're not recording you, but what they're actually doing is they're just recording the key words. They're looking for keywords like pregnant or puppy. You know, if they hear those words, well, the next day you'll start getting advertising about expecting mothers or the best veterinarians and things like that. Which is the next thing. How many times have you talked about seeing something or talked about something and then you start seeing the ads to it? Who else has access to the messages? So we will never, ever sell to a third party information about you. As a matter of fact, we cannot see information about you. If I wanted to help law authority because I actually witnessed you pulling the trigger on a murder and I really want to help them, I can't. The only information we'd ever be able to give is the phone number, the email, and whatever name you put on there, which may be real name or may not be real name. That's the only information we would have. Nothing is stored on servers. Your information, you store it where you want to, but it's only local store. You lose it, you can never get it back. It's no iCloud or stored anywhere. So this is the world's first messaging app that pays you to use it, share it, and you actually own it. Because when you have one token, you actually have a share in a company. Use it, share it, hold it. There's a smart contract that mints the tokens every 30 minutes. Some of you have been receiving tokens every 30 minutes all the way past this past 9 weeks. Okay, during that 9 weeks, some of you accumulated a vast amount. Right now, you and all your friends want to download the app as fast as you possibly can because the smaller we are, the more tokens will be available to give to you. The bigger we get, of course, the token amount will decrease because it's being spread out to more people, but the token value will go way up. I ask people this all the time. Would you rather have 1,000 Bitcoin when it was 10 cents and you had to sell it for 10 cents, or would you rather have one Bitcoin right now, you know, for 41,000? Of course, you'd rather have the one. And that's simply what's going to happen here. Yes, the number of tokens will be spread out more and more as more people download. So you'll never get a greater amount of tokens than you can get right now. That's why you want to act on this as fast as you can. Just by you simply using the app, you never have to talk to a single person. Every time you use the app, that's going to give you more of what's called an X factor because it measures the actual time that you were on there. And that's it. That's the only thing we measure. It's just usage time. How long did you do video call, conference call, send messages? How long was the app open? And the more you use it, the bigger the portion of the token that you get. Share the app. Once you've shared it with one person, well, now you have a Panda Pals team. The Panda Pals teams go 1 through 12 levels. You just share with people that you know. That starts at first level. There's no commissions paid or anything, but we add all those people up. How much usage time are they doing? And when we have subscriptions, that will be added on there. And we just simply look at that because if you got people and they're paying subscription, and you got people that are using it more, that's more valuable to the community than 1,000 people that aren't even using the app. Okay, so the value is in usage time and subscriptions. If you hold the tokens in the app, you can also earn tokens. We simply pay you just by simply holding them, staking. There's 275 million tokens. The pre-sale started at 10 cents, and then we're going to end tonight by a call to action, because in 26 hours from now, the pre-sale is over. You will never again have a chance to buy the token at under $1. Listen to some of the videos that were produced, especially the one that was put out that we did almost at the start when we launched back in October. And we have a gentleman on there that he was Entrepreneur of the Year on Forbes magazine, mega rich, is big time into crypto, has many analysts and stuff. Just go listen to what he said that this token will be worth this year. He had two separate teams that they analyzed, and they said if you get to 600,000 by the end of the year, 600,000 by the end of the year, put 300,000 without even trying in the first 2 months. And the other team said a million. This is what it'd be if they reach a million at the end of the year. And the reason that they generated those numbers, the 600,000 to a million, because WhatsApp, Viper, Zoom, and Dropbox, they all got to about a million registrations within the first year, but that was about it. And they got there on the 9th month, the 11th month, the 12th month. We feel that we're going to be able to shatter every one of those records and go way beyond the 1 million. The 1 million is an important mark. It's an important mark for us because it's the springboard. We saw all those companies just go into like leap, shoot to the moon is a better way to put it, and go to 400,000 to 600,000 registrations 4 to 5 years later after they hit the 1 million. Every one of them did it. That was the same trend they had. That 1 million is an important mark. You just kind of springboard you. Well, at 400 million, we're easily a $25 billion company based upon what they assess for. Plus, we have the tokenomics. None of them had tokenomics. None of them paid their people. So starting at 10 cents to $1, I don't hype up tokens and things, but I do say this. I've always asked people, ask yourself this question. If you were to take the crypto out of the project, you're looking at a crypto project, and you took the crypto out, and you simply replaced it with US dollars, for example, would that company be successful? Because if you're just waiting for the price of the token to go up, and that's the only thing that's going to create value, chances are pretty good it's not a good crypto project. But if you looked at Punk Panda and you said, you know what, these guys have Panda Meat that they're going to release. They have Panda 11, the only sports fantasy crypto project in the world. The only sports fantasy that use crypto, the largest one in the world, because we're the only one. Of course, if we have one member, we're the largest. So we're doing some things here that are first. So how do people have to pay with sports fantasy? Well, they could use fiat. How would people pay for Panda Meat? Panda Meat's just like Panda Zoom. We just showed you how successful Zoom has been during this period. Well, they would pay for it with US dollars. So we could replace US dollars with our Punk Panda token and be a very successful company. And the reason that is, we're generating real revenue off of real products that people use every single day. People use things like Panda Post. Panda Post is like Dropbox. People use things like Panda Vault. Panda Vault is like a sea of coin. Shatters files, puts the files all over the world to make sure that whatever your valuables are, that you need to, the content that you need to be absolutely protected, that it is, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I don't purport prices on tokens and stuff like that, but I can tell you, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a better project than this. Your leaders don't have to spend any money to get involved, to make great money. You yourself don't have to. You're just simply doing something that you're basically doing your whole life. You enjoy a product, you pass it on, and get that referral money. We earn due to proof of stake and proof of Panda Pals, okay? So the supply schedule is going to be minted over 15 years. So there's no way for the market to ever be flooded, okay? Right here, that's our total supply. 65 million of them being pre-mined. So those are the founders and the team and the developers. And also it's got the pre-sale and the liquidity that we got to provide for Pancake when we launch on Pancake, and the liquidity saved up for the future registrations on different exchanges, whether they be centralized exchanges or decentralized exchanges. So at this time, before we go on a little bit further, let's bring on, oh, we're growing here, huh? Let's bring on some speakers. Marcus, I see you there, and it's got to be very late where you are in Australia. Happy to have you on here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my partner, Marcus Schubert. If you could come on and just tell everybody what you're all excited about with Punk Panda and some of the things we go through. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, Albert, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. Great presentation so far, Albert. Appreciate everything you've been doing. Yes, it's late here, just coming up to midnight in Australia. But the thing that is really important for us here with Punk Panda on the corporate side, and Albert, and we sat down and we spent weeks looking at the best way to bring this project to the market. And the number one thing that was important to both of us was that we could bring something to the world that wasn't going to put people in a position where they could get hurt financially, and where they could get hurt from their reputation. So literally, as Albert's mentioned, just by leading with a free app that's private, secure, people can get rewarded every 30 minutes for using and sharing the app. And as Albert's mentioned, we've now got people who have accumulated 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, even 40,000 tokens, which are basically valued at $1 each already. So, this is something that's important to us. And as we roll this project out, we're just attracting incredible people from all different walks of life. And what we know is that going forward, people are going to be looking for more and more ways that they can communicate with people in a secure way. They don't want people listening in over their shoulder, selling their information, taking their data, and then seeing it being just popping up with ads somewhere else. So, that's important to us, is that we make sure that people are safe and secure financially, their reputations are safe, and also everything they're communicating with people is safe and secure as well. So that's probably enough from me. Looking forward to closing out the pre-sale, moving to the next phase of business. We're excited about Panda App 2.0 coming out next month. And as Albert mentioned, if we're already pushing 300,000 users of our beta app, once we get the 2.0 app and we actually start putting our marketing resources behind that to take it out to the public, we can easily go from 300,000 to 3 million, literally within 1 or 2 months. Who knows where we'll be at by the end of the year. We hope that you're with us on this journey, because it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a profitable ride. It's going to be a fun ride. And it's going to be rewarding, because we're going to help a lot of people around the world who really need something in their life right now. Albert, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Datin Zam, because you're dealing with the flood victims in Malaysia and you've been out there working all day, I would like to have you come on. That way, if you need to go do something, we appreciate everything that you're doing in Malaysia to help those people. We're going through the same thing here in the Philippines with the typhoon that hit us. It hit us, and then it dropped all the water on you. And my heart goes out to everybody in Malaysia. I love KL. It's like my home away from home. And so anything that you have to say about Punk Panda and the blessings it's bringing you?
Well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Yeah, the flood victims. Yes, it's very bad in Malaysia. In fact, I showed a few photos of it too, because one, she is supposed to be my assistant with the last company I was with Albert. Yeah. So what happened is the whole area, her whole area, the community with 1,400 houses is completely underwater. It was completely underwater and nothing can be saved. Yeah. So that's how bad it is in Malaysia. Yeah. And today I bought some, blankets and pillows and a few other things that to be sent to her, and maybe with some food and everything. We try to help the best we could. We try to help. Yeah. But of course, the cleaning up is not for my age. We have the youngsters who do the cleaning up. Yeah. So we are there to foresee. Yeah. The people that we know. Of course, we have close friends. So with Punk Panda, I said, I was telling Albert today, with this Punk Panda, I'm going to help a lot of people. Once we can do whatever we have to do, once we can do the token to have exchange, I can help hundreds of people. What is happening today? Yeah. So the thing is, we have to go for it. As I told all my people, yeah, don't stop where you are. Keep on moving. No matter what happens, just keep on moving. I might not be there every day for you today, but I will be there. Yeah, all the time. Just give me a call. Just WhatsApp me. I am there. Just that I am not at there when I'm somewhere else. Yeah. So to be frank with you, I need all the praise of Allah to help all the flood victims in Malaysia. Thousands of them are homeless now. Okay, that's all I can say. Punk Panda. Punk Panda helped me. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Albert.
Thank you, and thank you for all your the things that you do for so many people. She's one of the greatest leaders in the world, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know her, She's called the Iron Lady of Malaysia. 68 years old, has more energy than most 20-year-olds do, and she's just a blessing. I tell people all the time, if I was going to go start a brand new company, she would be one of the top 5 leaders, and I'm going to move you up to 3. One of the top 3 leaders I would call to get enrolled first, and that's exactly what we did at Punk Panda. So thank you for all you do, that team, Sam. So I'm going to call Mr. Raju as soon as I do about 5 more minutes here, and so he can get prepared. And let me go back to share screen. And oh, nope, wrong one. Oh, there we go. Screen sharing stopped. Screen share. There we go. Okay, so I want to go on with the tokenomics. Just about 5 more minutes here. So you can see what happens every 30 minutes is 2,100 tokens are being minted, and they're being delivered every 30 minutes. And those are the areas right there that they're going to go. 50% go to Panda Pals, 23% go to the token holders. This is there as soon as any tokens delivered to you inside your app. It's in a digital wallet. It's considered staked, and at that point, every 30 minutes later, you'll now start receiving tokens because you got staked tokens. And it's ratioed out from who's holding the most tokens down to the smallest amount of tokens being held. So all 485 are ratioed out. And then 12% go to the token holders on the farm. Because if you ever take the tokens out of the app, there's no place that you could put them to receive the rewards every 30 minutes, except for on the farm. The farm is where we're doing the pre-sale. It'll all be converted over when we shut down after the night of the 10th. Okay. And then after that, just to do a comparison and what we really are, is we're a big data. Yes, we're a messaging app. And yes, there's a crypto element to it, but in essence, we're big data. And what does this look like when we compare it to other big data companies out there? What things do we have in common? What things don't we have in common? Well, one is that they had a valuation of 18 billion or more within 4 years. And like I said, every one of them were at about 1 million and or just a little less or just a little above 1 million after their first 1 year. We will have 1 million in our first year. Free services, that's what we have. We have many free, everything that we offer will have a free model to it, and then there will be a subscription model to it. And then the customers were given shares for using and sharing the services? No. Okay, so we think that our all-time high will be somewhere around 50 billion because everything that they accomplish, we can accomplish, but we have the tokenomics on it also. If we were just a crypto company, the only thing we'd be doing is looking at our coin market cap, and that would be our value. But we're going to have a coin market cap plus the valuation of how many millions of registrations do we have. And the other thing that we don't do is nobody data will ever be sold. So the Punk Panda token, it's absolutely a utility token beyond a shadow of a doubt, because these are all the products that will be coming out here soon. The messaging app, okay, so we have the encrypted messaging app. We have the Panda Post. We have the Panda Meet, the Panda Vault. All of those are going to be released over the next 16 months. We have the digital crypto wallet, Panda Play. Well, we've already released one Panda Play, and that's Panda 11. Panda 11 will probably generate more revenue than all the other products put together. The sports fantasy app, it's the first crypto sports fantasy app in the world. We're expecting at least 1 million people to be onboarded by the end of about 120 days from now. And at this time, I would like to have Dr. Ratna Raju come on. This gentleman has been a big assistance to the Punk Panda. Actually started the Punk Panda family off with his very own ITC, and would love to hear from him. He's got many exciting things going on now. Dr. Ratna Raju, if you could come on and tell everybody what your feelings are about Punk Panda and how it's helping you. Dr. Ratna Raju. At this time, if Mikhail, if you're on, I'll go ahead and have you speak right now. Mikhail is. Oh, there he is. There's Dr. Ratna Raju. Okay, thank you.
I'm traveling. Sorry, just I was disconnected. Thank you. Yes, Albert, and really, it's a very great going Punk Panda. Especially in India, people are like doing. They forgot WhatsApp, and everyone are very busy with Punk Panda app. It's a really great thing. Special thanks to the team behind this, who has done a great job of Panda. And as you all know that from tomorrow, it is a very, very precious time for us. We all have to 100% participate in Panda. Those who have not taken, please take your tokens, grab your tokens. This is the great opportunity for each and everyone. And as you all know that Dart blockchain also was in the final this thing, and that's also happening still has started. So we all are going to in future. Panda also is going to become beyond the Darts blockchain. So it is going to be very, very strong. So and with the ITC community, we are building very strong community in Panda also. It is a very great thing. Especially, I have to be very thankful to Mr. Marcus, TW Dawson, Mikhail. These people are very, very great thing. They are giving a very good support for the system and everything. And special thanks to Mr. Albert Muir, because he's a very great personality. Because of him, because of his trainings, programs, and all the things, we are developing the system very strongly. And Detinjan, thank you very much, sister. The Iron Lady, always Mr. Albert says she's our Iron Lady. Great thing. So let's all be very strong. This year is going to change everyone's future, everyone's life. So no doubt in that. So we all should be very strong and very sharp at developing the systems. Thank you very much, Albert. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Radnaraja. And that is something that we're looking forward to in the cooperation of projects here in the future, where we have Panda NFTs and they can be sold on the Darts blockchain when it's ready in about 8 to 10 months. And that's because it will be a much better experience for people, a much cheaper experience than what it is to do on the Ethereum blockchains. So our NFTs are getting closer and closer to being ready, and we need the museum. And just imagine this: if I had a NFT right now, and if I wanted to sell it on Raribles for $45, well, all the fees will add up maybe to $85. I have to sell my artwork now for $130. But on the Darts blockchain, because of its speed and things that it can absolutely do, I can host that same NFT over there for $45. And my fees will add up to about 25 cents. So I can sell it for $45.25 and still get the $45 I want. So we're looking for the collaboration on that, maybe 8 to 10 months down the road. Mikhail, if you'd come on and say a few words. This leader lives in the USA, Philadelphia, as a matter of fact, and has one of the biggest teams going. It could be the actual biggest team going. I think you're well over 55,000 right now. And it's just every day he says, you know what, this doesn't work, but I told my people it doesn't work, and we're just moving forward, because when it does work, we're all going to be in place to take advantage of it. Love your attitude, sir.
Thank you, Albert. I want to thank you, first of all, for introducing me to this great opportunity. And, to be honest with you, my English is not rich enough to express my feeling, how I feel. Our business growing tremendously. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I already broke in my group on 12 levels 55,000. I have people in my group in 4 weeks, they did like over 20,000 distributors, and they never saw anything like that before. And like you just mentioned, Albert, can you imagine, guys, our program still have a lot of glitches, and this doesn't work, excuse my French, blah, blah, blah. And we're already pushing $300,000. Can you imagine what's going to happen when we're going to get the first listing, when we're going to get Panda 2.0? Do you understand what's going to happen, man? It's going to explode so much. It's, my computer already blowing up because so many people come and join. It's like unbelievable. It's I don't even have time to say to my new distributors, welcome. So many coming on board, like 1 to 2,000 a day. It's just unbelievable. I never saw such a growth. It's like, wow. And this is just the beginning. Guys, I want to make sure you understand, when you're listening to people, and somebody from Algeria build a business 40,000, somebody from Russia built a business for 20,000, somebody built a business for 50,000 in 2 months. This is just the beginning. Do you know the top earner who's going to make the most money in Panda? He didn't join yet.
Yep.
he gonna be in your maybe in your group. This is like unbelievable.
Yes. Yep. And I'm gonna further elaborate on that. Being the CEO of another company, president of another one, a leader in other ones. My goodness, I've never seen, like in that first 1 month, I've never seen about 6 different teams start and go over 10,000 people in their group. You know, and thank you for all your leadership, Mikhail. You've just been simply fantastic during this phase that we've been going through right here. But people realize if you just set up the expectations right, and you know what, if you're joining today, you don't have to go through the 8 to 9 weeks that some of these people have gone through. So this is, we are so close now. Let me go back to this real quick. And I just want to, for just new people real quick, I just want to run through the products really quick, okay? Just so you can have an idea of what's coming, what's happening. So we have the app, you can send very large files, everything's free. Some things you can do there that are pretty cool, such as hide your messages, you can zap your messages, okay? And then we have Panda Post, Panda Meet, Panda Vault. Post and Vault will be subscription services, but Panda Meet will have a free service, just like Zoom. But you know, the first upgrade to Zoom is like about $15. We haven't set a price yet, but maybe it'll be like, you know, $6, $7, and you can pay in the Punk Panda tokens. And then Panda Post, this is pretty cool right here. A lot of people feel like they have James Bond things going on here because you can actually take this and ask for biometrics. You can track the radar. You can see where the actual email, where it's being opened at. Such as if you had a partner and he says, hey, I'm in Chicago right now, and he opens up the email, but he's in New York, you may want to know why he's telling you he's in a different city. Terms and conditions at every setting, and then different levels of authority that's going along. So there's a lot of cryptographics that goes into this. Then we have the Panda Meet, which we already talked about that. And if you, just one thing about that, that's caught my attention. There was a company in Norway about 2 months ago. They raised $300 million to build something to compete with Zoom. Well, in about 6-7 months, we'll be releasing our Panda Meet that's got high definition. You know, it'll amaze you at how clear the definition is and the bandwidth and how clear the voices are and everything. So we have that feature. We're going to be able to, right now, we can only get about 5 or 6 people in the room, but we're about ready to start working on that as soon as the version 2.0 is done. There's going to be a team start on it. And we now know how to scale this and keep all the security intact where nobody could get in and scale it to 500. So about 6-7 months. It's on the roadmap. We'll take a look at that in a second. And then Panda Vault. And then the 2 things that we have right now is as soon as our sale is over with, we convert it to a DeFi. We got some really exciting officers, and we're actually very, very blessed. We actually have our chief strategy officer that's on our white papers, Craig. He actually kind of sits with the board of directors of crypto.com, and he goes out and finds all these projects to bring into crypto.com. Well, he has introduced us to 2 of the best teams that they've used in the past, you know, for $300 million projects. And, you know, we just feel so blessed to have him and to have him actually introduce us to these 2 teams. Well, these 2 teams, they're going to write all of our content for us. They're going to do all the marketing for us. They're going to show us how to set up different things and how to do it correctly. How to, one of the best liquidity pool people in the world with DeFi, who's made millions and millions of dollars. He's considered one of the top 10 in the world. And at such a young age too, I'm a little bit jealous. He's actually going to be helping us with the liquidity pool setups. He's actually going to be helping us the DeFi farm, and then DeFi 2, how to set that up. So we're looking really forward to that. And that's all under our Panda Profit, okay? Panda Play, if you don't know this already, we launched on Christmas Day the Panda 11, which is the world's first crypto sports fantasy in the world. Same marketing team, same development team, same people build the app are doing the work for us right now. And they ended up with 80 million paid subscribers on the last company that they were with. So we're super excited. Comparing this to WhatsApp, we already know this. We know about Pi, Dropbox. I just want to stop right there. They only had 2% of the people that were actually paid subscribers. At one time, they were a $28 billion company. Because they only have 2%, they're still a $10 billion company. So we're not expecting or depending on people, every person to subscribe to Panda Meet or Panda Vault or Panda Post, okay? We only need 2, 3, 4, 5%, but our subscription level at Panda 11 will be extremely high. Every time we introduce an NFT game, the subscription there will be very high because lots of people are going to want to play. People love entertainment. And here's the roadmap. And we've hit every mark so far. Q4 to launch the app. Q4 to do the, we had already told you that we've changed Panda Post with Panda Play. So we can introduce our very first Panda Play game, which is the Panda 11, the private token. And you can see there that will easily on Q1 be launched on Pancake. So the DeFi and offering stakes, those will be available on the farm, which is where the pre-sale is, Q1. Panda Pro, this is the Panda Meet, the video conferencing. I think this will be our #1 revenue generator as far as out of all the products because of just the success that Zoom has had being valuated at 98 billion. And it just it's become a way of business, even when the COVID restrictions are taken off and people can travel and stuff. It's just become a very popular way to do business because of what has happened to the world with the pandemic. Okay, so download the apps for free. And then before I have another speaker come on, you'll have people that will ask you, what are you guys doing to keep the token the same or to increase in its value? Now, if you ask 25 different crypto projects that one question, 24 of them can't give you a very good answer. They're going to tell you, well, we're going to put it on the exchange. People are going to buy it, and that's going to increase the value. Well, people are going to sell it too. And if you're giving them any kind of deals before the day of the listing, and you let all those tokens go there, you're going to see up and then you're going to see down real quick. It's just a pump and dump. That's it. So we can answer the question. And when you look at this, it's just, once again, it just comes out to basic logic. And once again, you could take all the crypto out of this. You can replace it with US dollars, and it would still be a great company to be involved in. So on day one, the strategy was, let's make sure we can keep the value the same or slowly increase it. Of course, there'll be some dips, but not this. Minting and half-lives. So because we mint because we actually mint the tokens, only 2,100 can ever come on the market at a time. There's no dumping of millions. Anybody that's an ambassador that bought it for pre-sale, everybody has a severe restriction on their withdrawals that they're going to be taking out each and every month. Well, most of those withdrawal limits will probably be raised up a little bit because that's already starting to look like we're going to need a bigger supply than what we're actually letting out. That's fine. That's a great problem to have. 48-hour rule. This just simply says, hey, if you've staked tokens here, when you want to unstake them and withdraw, it's going to take you 48 hours because you hit the unstake button. But during that time period, during that 48 hours, you will not receive any rewards. So for those at 30 minutes, nothing. Next 30 minutes, nothing. And that's going to happen 96 times. So, and the reason is we want people to think about, do I really want to withdraw that $200? I got $1,000 here. Do I want to withdraw the 200? Maybe I should hold on to these and sell my Tron instead or sell my Ethereum instead. But if they still want to withdraw, then they can. DeFi and staking. Some people are going to take the options of staking some of these tokens because the incentives will be so high, for all the way up to 2 years. Even if they stake them for 90 days, even if they stake them for 30 days, those are tokens that are taken off circulating supply. And then, well, somebody's messing up my drawing here, huh? Company buyback. That's in the white papers. 3% of all revenue that we bring in from every product will be used to go over to Pancake, buy the tokens, put them in a wallet that will be listed on Binance Smart Chain. Okay, in that wallet, every 3 months, 10% of everything that's in there will be burned, which means that we're going to take them and use it for them a charitable organization somehow, some way, and then that 10% will be moved into a special wallet that can only be brought back under special circumstances, and all those rules will be written out when we get to that day. So we have the token lock, the withdrawal limits, which I already told you about, and then finally, the PPM is a utility token. See, the secret to this is when people, in about 2 weeks when we are listed on Pancake, when people are taking their tokens out, they don't all have to run over and just sell them at Pancake. They got the DeFi farm they can take them to and earn great interest. Okay, and maybe that's going to be an incentive for those that want to keep earning more finances on this, or they can take them to Panda 11. And if they do take them over to Pancake and sell them, Panda 11 is going to be right there to scoop them up because they're going to need them for inventory. So Panda 11 is constantly going to be buying because the more people that play the sports fantasy, the only way that you can play over there, you must pay in PPM. As a matter of convenience, they can bring BTC, they can bring Tron, they can bring about 4 other cryptos right to the front door. We swap them for them, but they must place their inside with PPM. We have 5 PPM tables, we have 20 PPM tables, we have 100 PPM tables. And a person is playing on sports fantasy, if he has to go get PPM off Pancake, which is Punk Panda Money. Over there, we call it Punk Panda Money. It's the same token. Here, we call it Punk Panda Messenger, and that's its official name. The M can be interchangeable, and you'll see that. So the Punk Panda Money, when they need Punk Panda Money, they go over to Pancake. They don't care if the token's $1,000. They don't care if it's $500. They don't care if it's $5. They need $1,000 so they can go and put it on, wager it on the sports fantasy. It's not considered wagering. It's not considered gambling. Sports fantasy is considered you play to earn. So at this time, I know, I think I saw TW Dawson on here. Yes, I do. TW, he is our CCO, our Chief Communications Officer, and he does a wonderful job on all of our videos. Been a very, very good friend, one of my best friends in the world for a long, long time. If you could come on and tell everybody how Punk Panda is doing, and good morning to you in the USA.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much, Albert. Excellent job with the presentation. I learn so much every time I watch it. I just want to take the time to talk about the project as a whole. And what I'm so excited about this project is that the gentlemen that put this together have really taken their time and invested a lot of mental energy in putting out something that's going to benefit the people. And that's something that we don't see too often. Many times we see companies come in and with one thing in mind is to make profit, to make money, their bottom line. That's not what happened with this project. And that's why I'm most excited about it. I'm excited because you have the testimonies from Miguel. You have the testimonies from the gentleman out of Nigeria. You have the testimonies from that Teen Zam. You have the testimonies of people that are really having life-changing experiences and being able to help other people. As myself being in the USA, we have a different kind of culture, a different kind of way of doing things in the USA. And a lot of times we have so many different resources that we can come up with. That's not necessarily the same with different countries. I'm starting to learn that as I network with people in different countries like India, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Russia, and even Africa. And so what I'm realizing is that this is something that is needed worldwide. And to not take it lightly that this is an opportunity for 2022, that you can actually take this project and make a marked difference in your life. This can be the year that you change everything for yourself and for your family from years to come. And this is what this project is really all about. See, there's a mindset in industry, with corporate industries, is that they don't care about the people. And we can see that based on how they use us for our data to keep us more and more and more. So there's people that make money $10, $15 an hour, or maybe $10, $15 a week. But then guess what? They're being sold every single day to get that money right back. So what we're doing this in the opposite way. What we're doing is we're providing a platform. We're providing a project that people, everyday regular people, can take part of and benefit from. And then we're creating an ecosystem that this project can grow and we can all be a part of it together. That's just different. So if you have any thoughts about this, you want to think twice. You want to really consider how this project can really benefit you and help you. Listen, I'm so excited to be partners, be a member in the community. I'm excited to have family all over the world. It pleasures me the most to wake up early in the morning on a Sunday morning and see my family from Malaysia, to see my family from Russia, to see my family from Indonesia, to see my family from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. It's the most amazing feeling to be a part of a project like this and to know that we're worldwide from day one. That's amazing. And like Albert said and Marcus said, once we turn the marketing arm on, the rest of the world is going to see what we've already experienced over the last 60 to 90 days, is that we have something special here. So don't take it for granted. I want you to go out, download the app, share the app, use the app. And guess what? be a part of this community, and take your life, take charge of your finances in 2020. I appreciate the time, Albert. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this thing to kick off in a big, big way. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. Your 2 minutes always gets me excited. Thank you, sir. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to talk about the pre-sale a little bit because we have literally now 25 and a half hours before it actually closes. So let me bring, give me 1 second. Bring up the PowerPoint here. So this actually started on October 29th at 10 cents. And right now, I believe we're at about 93 cents. It could have went up. And so it's very rapidly approaching the closing segment of it. And we have a person that has already given us the money at $1 actually. And I'll tell you why he did that later. But anyway, so we actually have that money sitting there right now. And so a lot of people have been thinking, hey, when it gets to the $1, that's the end. No, ladies and gentlemen, this 10 cents to $1 just started off with private friends and people telling other people and telling other people. That's all it was. No advertising about it or anything. No push. So the push will be when we launch on Pancake. That's when, as I said, we have the crypto.com. It's not them, it's their teams. And they're going to be watching. Crypto.com will be watching and having a great interest in us because we're a very non-threatening company. Because to anybody, whether it's another company or whether it is to an individual, because all we're asking them to do, download an app, safe, secure. Nobody can listen in on your messages. Nobody can see what you're writing, even if they want to. The only way they can do that, you would have to turn over the information to them. That's up to you. Everything's stored with you locally, however you want to. We store nothing. And as I said, the only information that we can actually witness is name, and that name might not even be real, phone number, and email. We know those two things are real. That's all we can look, and that's all we can witness. So 10 cents to $1. Well, now there's going to be all this advertising and all this push and all this marketing that's going to be done before the actual launch. Well, before any of that, if any person is just looking at Punk Panda, they might go to YouTube and see what people are saying about it. Oh my goodness. Your thumb will get tired trying to scroll through everything that's there. I've never witnessed such a thing. I've been with some successful companies, whether it be with products or whether it be with actual crypto. And at the end of 2 months, if you saw 10 videos about the company from the leaders, and maybe some of those leaders that have 1,000 likes, or if they had a big following, maybe they had 9,000 likes or something like that. This is incredible. I mean, there has to be almost over 1,000 different videos on there for influencers all over the world talking about how some of them go as far as to say this is the greatest project they've ever seen. Some say it will be the greatest project in 2022. You know about it right now before the whole world knows about it. Well, when we make this big marketing campaign for the actual Punk Panda launch, the whole world is gonna start knowing about it then, and then there will be lots of publications, and everybody's gonna start to take notice. Okay, so $1 is the starting point. That's the start where the public world actually knows about it. And right now, I think the token is about 93 cents. And all that happens here, don't have to go much into it. If you introduce somebody else, the big thing to know right now is that you're going to get 6%. Yeah, we did pay interest, and we are paying interest up until that night. But on that night, the very next day, the interest stops, but the rewards kick in. So people might even be receiving more tokens than they were just on the interest, because there's very few people that are actually on the farm. Almost 300,000 people on the app, but on the farm, on the pre-sale, there's about 60,000, but there's only about 8,000 active accounts that are $150 or more. And then there's several of them that are $50 to $150. Okay. Now, tokens purchased automatically until token listing. One of the things that you cannot do is after the pre-sale, there's a withdrawal limit that you have to follow. And that is that, there's a one-time commission. So on this pre-sale, it's a one-time commission, and that's probably about all you're going to get. You'll get the staking commission, but it's only going to be for 1 day. If you do it tonight, you'll get the staking commission just for 1 day. So, but it's a 6% referral commission. So if somebody does buy a 5,000 ppm, which would be like $4,500, you would receive 6% of the 4,500, and that can be withdrawn and spent, but you can only withdraw 5% of it. And then that's it. That day, then the sale is over with. But during this whole time, from now till we launch the pancake, and even afterwards, if you don't touch it, every 30 minutes you'll be receiving rewards because they're staked. And here, once the listing is done on Pancake, there's going to be 3 ways to get tokens. See, right now there's 4 ways because you can actually get it through the sale of the pre-sale. It's a once in a lifetime event. Once that pre-sale is done, it's done. It's over. You can never go back and say, well, I'd like to buy the tokens now for under $1. You can't say that when they're $5 on Pancake. So after the pre-sale, there will only be 3 ways to access the PPM token. By using the app, of course, using it, you'll still continue on getting your rewards, sharing the app, building a Panda Pals team, buying the token. Oh, and before I forget, moderator, if you could get Jay, it's Babu Gopal. Jay, raise your hand so they can find you. I want you to come on for a few minutes when I'm done here in a couple minutes, okay? So I'm going to highly recommend everybody. You got just a few hours to take advantage of it. And let's close this out. It's our phase 1. Actually, we've completed almost 2 phases. Was the immediate launch of the app, which started on 29th, where people could actually start getting tokens in it. You know, people were in for about 3 or 4 weeks downloading it. There were no tokens. So we got that part started and we got the pre-sale started. And then at this moment, I would like to have Jay come on. And this gentleman, if you don't know, a few years ago, became very, very close friends, but we were in a product company that kind of collapsed as everybody got their first commission check. And it was about 10% of what it was supposed to be. Didn't go over very well. But anyway, during that 6-7 weeks, I witnessed this gentleman work hard as anybody I'd ever seen in my life, sometimes working harder than me. And he was so dedicated to all the people that he was working with, tried to solve every single one of their problems. And I might have to call you the Iron Man of Canada, as a matter of fact, because I've only witnessed a couple of leaders like that around the world. So if you're on Jay's team, feel very, very lucky that this gentleman will work and do everything that he can to possibly help you and stuff. He sends me more questions a day than everybody else all put together. But I love you, sir. Okay. What is Punk Panda meaning to you so far? Have you ever seen anything like this, Jay?
No, thank you so much. I feel humble to be given the honor to speak a few words here. And thank you, Mr. Albert. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. And thank you to the team and Mr. T.W. Dawson and everybody who's, I've never seen something like that. Never seen something like that. I've been in MLM for last 15 years here. Never seen something like that. And I remember Bill Gates, once he was interviewed, they were asking him how he became so successful. He said the power of foresight vision. When people cannot see, that's what he was able to see, and he took massive action. And I believe in Albert, and I believe in Marcus. Bottom line, and we are going to create history in this company in a short period of time. And I feel humble, I feel blessed, I feel grateful to have this opportunity to change people's life, especially in impoverished countries like Africa. I've never seen that drive, that passion, where you see people from Africa, Cameroon, Senegal, Tanzania, everywhere we have people right now, and they are driving this business even more crazier than myself and anyone else. Yeah, it's a blessing to be part of that. Thank you, Mr. Albert. Thank you, Mr. Marcus and Mr. T.W. Dawson and everybody and the team.
Hey, Jay, you're very, very welcome. Hey, moderator, if you could look up a Frank Servadier, Frank, and it's SERV. I would really love to have him. I just saw he's on here, so I'd really love to have him come on and speak. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, this pre-sale, it's over within 26 hours. I know I keep repeating it, but you do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. So Frank, if you're there, if you could raise your hand and let the moderator find you.
I'm here, Albert.
Okay, fantastic. Sir, I mean, my goodness, this gentleman right here, I think you joined on Christmas Day or 2 days before we met. We've talked almost every single night. I've actually fell asleep at my table on the trying to help you and your team. but you did some very, very impressive numbers. I mean, it's my belief, I haven't added up everything from everybody. I mean, you're almost like in third or fourth place in the number of sales on the pre-sale versus everybody that was there on day one. It's just a remarkable job. And would you like to tell people what you've been experiencing with all your years of experience and stuff? We're just so blessed to have you, choose Panda Pals as a place to put your name, actually. And this gentleman, he helps every one of his people too. And that's the culture we got here. We don't want to riff-raff stuff. We love the leader that serves their people. We love them. Thank you. Go ahead, Frank.
Well, Albert, first of all, I'm not taking my video camera off, turning my video camera on because I'm still in bed because it's
Okay.
6:30 in the morning.
Yep.
But I want to tell you, I haven't been sleeping since this project and didn't know I was going to be pulled onto the call. But thank you so much. I'm very humble and thank you so much for the kind words. I just want to thank the team, Marcus, yourself. You're always there for me ever since I got involved and got started. But I just want to correct it. I did start in December the 10th, and it's just been a phenomenal ride. But the very first week or two, I didn't do anything with the pre-sale stars till I started seeing how powerful this is going to be and how it's going to be massive and it's going to be a household name. I've never seen a project like this. I've been in crypto for years since, when there's only 100 coins out there, not like 16,000. I've never seen a project where the white paper, there's names like yourself and Marcus and TW and everybody else. Like, that's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing because most projects have a white paper and they're pump and dumps. This is the first time, and I've been a networker, I've been an affiliate marketer, I've ran companies. I have never seen something that is so amazing. And you know what I call it? I call it the people's product. You know that? This is a people's project because, and TW just, nailed it there because this is for the everyday average person. And the only thing I could share with everybody, make your foundation, folks, because it'll change your life. Absolutely. Knowing what I know in crypto, knowing what I know with numbers and the masses. And yes, I cannot wait to continue the pre-sale. I got 24 more hours and my team is really, really excited. We're excited about your support, Albert and Marcus and the rest of the team, and look forward to growing with you. Thank you so much. And I'm humble as well. This has just been a blessing I've never seen. I've got almost, it's going to be 11,000 folks here. And I've been spending more time on the pre-sale. My numbers are there and I'm still growing rapidly, folks. So like, if you're thinking of coming on or you're just starting your team, like, wake up, let's start running because this is going to be massive. 300,000 people in 10 weeks? Are you kidding me? Where is it going to be in 3 months? Like, fantastic. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Albert. Much appreciated.
Oh, you're so welcome, Frank. Thank you for everything you do. Do you want to tell people what your sales number was?
In dollar amount?
Or dollar amount?
Sure. As far as, okay, yeah, no problem. Close to 650,000.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing in that short period of time because the 10th, the 17th, I think you and I might have met on 19 or something like that. It's a very short period of time, and I just kept going, wow, this guy's up.
Actually, I got the exact dates. Let's say the exact date. On the 10th, I started. I did nothing when it came to the pre-sale at all. I got involved strictly because of the message app, strictly about the privacy, the security. That's it. Full stop. I had no intention. But when I saw your model and your ecosystem and everything else, and then I heard you and Marcus speak, I had 10 guests of mine. They're all crypto guys, all 10 of them said, Frank, what are you doing? I said, I know, I haven't got into the pre-sale. Let's get rolling. I started about the 17th of 18th of December, and less than 3 weeks, I was able to accomplish. I do believe I'm going to hit 675,000 in sales.
Right. Yes. Yep. Which is simply amazing. Putting you right up there with top 3 or something like that. Great job, Frank. Thank you. And Frank is very competitive, but it's competitive in a good way. I love it. And ladies and gentlemen, when we were sitting there and we were thinking about the tokenomics and everything, one of the things that I wanted to accomplish, it was a vision that I kept having, was that after COVID's over with, we'll start having some meetings and get-togethers and congratulations and awards and things like that. Well, maybe we'll be in Dubai, 6 months from now. There's going to be a lady, she'll be introduced on stage, and they're going to say, this woman has done this, and she's got this, and she's making this much money every month, making her one of the top 10 people in the whole company. She's going to go on stage and she's going to say, you know what? They're going to say, how did you do it? She's going to say, well, just so you know, I'd never done multi-level marketing before because I always felt very uncomfortable asking people for money. I just felt like I wasn't giving them enough value for what I'd be asking. I felt like I'd be bothering people. And I still don't even know crypto. My husband does the withdrawals for me and every stuff. But you know, he withdraws out $20,000 every week, like clockwork. I just went out and just said, you know what? This is something that I could talk to people about, because I would actually be giving them something for nothing. If they don't like it, they're not going to get upset with me. And I thought, wow, all my friends that have done network marketing, they tell me they lost all their friends and because of this and that. I said, this would be perfect for them. So I started looking at it, and I just started casually telling people, look, have you heard of this? I've seen my first friend that came from a few miles away. Have you heard of Punk Panda, this app? It's a great messaging app. And probably the greatest thing that people love about it is that it's all secure. Nobody can listen in. It's very private, but everybody's doing it because every 30 minutes you get paid these tokens. Well, my girlfriend, she grabbed the phone and goes, let me see. And I showed her how the tokens were worth like $3 a piece. She downloaded it right away. Before she left my house, she already had 7 people go download the app. And that's where it all started, and it just kept going and going. And she goes, on my team, she goes, I would ask them this simple question. So Jay, you can unmute yourself. I'm going to ask you this question, okay? Because you've had several thousand people join on your Panda Pals. So let me ask you this question. What package did you buy to get started? Did you buy the really big package for like $1,000, $3,000, or zero? So
zero package. Zero package.
And then you've got some really good leaders, because you've introduced me to Solkinder and other leaders, and we got John that introduced you. We talked to them. What package did they start with?
Zero package.
Zero package. Okay. And so all the thousands of people that you have in your Panda Pals, how much money all total did they spend?
Zero package.
Ladies and gentlemen, where can you go find a company where you can make thousands and thousands, even millions of dollars? Spend zero, your friend spends zero, lights out, game over. Talk to you later. Have a good night. Go to the pre-sale. Good night. Moderator, if you want to play the music, strike it up. Good night, everybody. Thank you for taking your time. The most valuable thing in life is time. And always relationships over money. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
I love that, Panda.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good morning.